So I'm here with a PhD student who is in economics, and her research is on chess. So let's get to know more about it. Hey, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Julia Engel. I'm a PhD student at Kiel University here in Schleswig-Holstein, where the Weissenhaus Cup's taking place, and I do my research on how circumstances inform our abilities to perform under pressure, and I use chess as my laboratory.
Wow, how did you decide to choose chess? Have you played chess yourself?
As a kid, so I really, like 5 years old, learned how to do it, but I really was interested in doing my PhD on gender differences in behavior on labor markets. And I was really interested in figuring out how men and women deal with rejection. So I figured, where can I find a setting like that? And I came to chess.
So how does it, what have been your findings until now, and how long it has been that you're researching?
So I'm in my third year, and I primarily use chess.com's Title Tuesday data set. And I study basically how your chess performance, so your playing accuracy, your cent upon loss changes as you lose games. And I find that men start doing worse after losing, and women actually slightly improve their game.
After losing?
After losing, they're more resilient.
Women are more resilient.
Yeah.
But then why are we not able to see more women top players?
I'm guessing it's a different issue. So partially because of the different tournament structures, which I understand has institutional reasons and very good reasons why it is like that. But I mean, we see evidence that women are able to play competitively at the top level. I mean, just look at Wikanze with Eline Röbers and Ju Wenjun, I believe, who had an absolute stellar standout performance, or also Nurgul Zamyova from Bulgaria, I believe. So women are, in fact, able to compete at the top level. We just observe it less rarely.
Yes, but we see very few. Only Judith Polgar has been on the absolute top, but we haven't seen many, about 2,700 rated women chess players. Do you see a reason for this as per your research?
So my research doesn't speak to that. I already look at people who've stayed in the sport. But there's this really great paper by FIDE master José de Souza at Sciences Po Paris, so shout out to him. And he's got this really great paper that exploits a rule change in the French chess league. There was a new board, and it was reserved for a female French player. And what he was able to find is, after this, France was able to significantly improve their top-tier French homegrown talent afterwards, and even more young players started playing. So those who weren't playing in the league, but within the clubs. So there was some sort of trickle-down effect. Obviously, it's not perfect, as we know. There was this letter, I believe, but there is some evidence that we're able to have more systemic environmental changes that help boost female players. And we also saw a huge boost from Queen's Gambit, for example.
Yes, wonderful. And when you were talking about your research, which is also on stress levels, I think that's what you mentioned. Can you elaborate a little more about that?
So I take the Title Tuesday data, where I'm able to identify most of the players, and I see how their games ended. So basically, in round 1, round 2, round 3, did you win or did you lose? And how does this inform your average cent upon loss or per move cent upon loss of your subsequent game? So I'm able to find that men play a slightly worse chess game and women play a slightly better one. And what's really cool about the Title Tuesday data set is I'm able to study how this affects people in the long run. So whether we generally see that women are less willing to re-enter into a tournament than men. So the literature in economics, we find that women tend to shy away from competition or be less competitive than men on average. So obviously chess players know that they're kind of a special breed when it comes to this, but chess gives us a really great mechanism to study this, because we have very objective feedback. There's very clear rules by which we act. So with this, our women are actually getting very ungendered signals on their actual chess playing abilities. So they behave very similarly to what is rational. So top performers are very quick to re-enter the next tournament. People who did less well take like another or 1.5 weeks extra until they're willing to re-enter. And I'm able to show that this is the mechanism.
Wow, I mean, it's very interesting that you are, in economics and this whole data analysis, the statistics and the gender, how it differs. All of these elements you are able to integrate together, because I do understand that economics is a big part of this. So beautiful research, and for us particularly that you're researching on chess is a very honored thing. And what are your future goals?
So I want to graduate with my PhD, obviously, and I've got some upcoming research with colleagues on how the war in Ukraine has affected the Ukrainian talent. And we're hoping to have some research out probably next year on the shift of the Title Tuesday tournament to 2 time slots, so one late, one early one, so that the player base was broadened. So hopefully we'll be able to show that this benefited, for example, Indian players, that they were able to self-select into better times for them rather than playing at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Exactly. You think that would be a big impact on them?
Yeah, so we care about how remote work is changing us. Coordination across time zones is becoming more and more important, and we can use chess to study exactly these mechanisms in a very clean setting.
But still, can you explain it to me that out of, so many subjects around, like you still happen to choose chess, which is very fascinating for me. How did that happen?
So occasionally, I played as a small girl, and I've played online a handful of times. I've got a very female sounding username, and the amount of insults I've gotten after winning that were somehow gendered, let's put it like that, astounded me. So that got me to thinking about retaliation in the workplace. What if a woman gets a promotion rather than a man? Maybe he reacts differently. What does that mean for his performance later on? So we like to study these things, and for that we want very clear settings where we're able to study in great detail things that we think are important. And yeah, chess is very suited for that.
Wow, and when can we see the results of your research? Like, how long is this going to take?
So I hope to have my first paper out within half a year. So fingers crossed I'll get out a working paper, and with the other upcoming research, that's not just dependent on me but also my co-authors, but we're hoping to have it all within the next 12 months.
So also one paper is about one research, and that is in PhD, or is it like many researches and many papers you will have to do?
PhD's 3 papers, 1 solo authored and 2 I'm allowed to do with co-authors.
Okay.
So I finally have a team supporting me for the other 2 projects.
Wow, I'm asking you very beginner questions here because I have no idea about it.
You should have seen the questions I asked the international masters.
Okay. Then that's fine. So another 2 years, and after this papers are done, I'm sure that you would be, with the results, we will be able to impact it in the chess world in some way. Yeah, you would come up with some ideas, and
that's my hope, that somebody out there thinks it's going to be useful. And if not, the chess world was able to contribute more broadly to labor economics, which is also something.
Yes, for sure. And do you plan to play any chess tournaments?
I did actually already. So I was at King's College London for a research stay for 3 months, and I started playing at a street chess event for Corner Club. So shout out to them. They're absolutely amazing. If you're ever in London, go there. And I was asked whether I'd like to play around in the London Chess League. And I figured this is my research, so first-hand experience. So I did. I got creamed by a X2000 player. But I won my second game, so that was fun.
Oh, lovely. So you are trying to get a real experience there as well.
Yeah.
And have you come to India anytime, or any plans to come to India? Because we have a lot of chess culture there.
Not yet, but who knows where the conferences, where the research will take me. I've seen so much of the world. I came here spontaneously and it worked out, so.
And how do you like it over here, actually?
It's amazing. So the tournament is probably one of the most neatly organized events that I've ever witnessed. I mean, I go to conferences regularly and it's all very smooth running, and it's just impressive to see so much top talent and I'm really just thrilled to have seen some of the people that you have in my sample firsthand.
And who's your favorite player over here?
Probably Vincent Kmar. I mean, I've got like a German bias here. He's from the region where I grew up in.
Oh, wow, what's that?
It's Rhineland.
And how far is it from here?
600 kilometers.
Okay. But that's lovely. Great to know you more about you, and we wish you all the best for your research.
Thank you so much.